People, what's up? Welcome to our second video. We are super excited here to bring you the new iPad. This is the iPad 3 or the new iPad as Apple is calling it. This has been launched a couple of weeks ago in the US. It has not hit the shores of India yet, but we managed to get one. So we want to quickly go into the package, but let's have a look at the box. The front of the box has nothing but the iPad. The bottom has the iCloud logo, and the left and the right both have iPad logos. And the top, as usual, has an Apple symbol. So typical Apple packaging here. As you can see, we got the 64GB version. This has been shipped right from the USA. This is the Wi-Fi model, actually not the 4G LTE model. So it is expected to be lighter than the 4G LTE model, but actually it's just 10 grams, so it's not noticeable actually. So let's quickly open the box. Let me get So we finally got rid of the cover. So let's quickly open the box and see what's inside. We don't expect much except the new iPad. So we got the box and there it is. We got the new iPad. Feels similar to iPad 2, which is what everyone says. This is the Wi-Fi model, so you don't have the SIM tray here. All you have is the power unlock button, 3.5mm headphone jack, and the volume rocker and the silent ringer mode, and the data sync and charging cable slot. So let's put this aside for the time being and go further into the box. As usual, we see the typical Apple packaging. We see the power adapter, which is a US one. So pretty good. There is the documentation, which also includes iPad user manual and the warranty card. So that's what we are never going to use actually. So putting this aside, we see the data sync and the charging cable, proprietary Apple one. That's pretty much it from the box. Let's undo the cover on the iPad, new iPad. So this is going to be pretty easy actually. And it slides out. Very neat. But it just works how it should be. So let's quickly turn on the new iPad. We can just call it the iPad from now on. So as it is turning on, let's take a look at the specification here. This is the iPad 2, by the way. So we got the Wi-Fi model here. So it's actually 9.5 inches, 7.3 and 1.44 pound. That's where it differs from the LTE version and the Wi-Fi version. We got the 64GB model, and as it says, oh my god, it's already turned on. We got the A5X dual core processor, which Apple claims to be is faster than the quad core Tegra 3 processor from NVIDIA. So we'll have a look at that. So as the connectivity goes, it's Wi-Fi 802.11 ABGN, so pretty much every Wi-Fi is supported by the new iPad, along with the Bluetooth 4.0, which is the new addition to the iPad, which is not present in iPad 2. Except that it's pretty much the same device. That's it. Let's take a look at the new iPad. So I guess we have to set it up. tree. We have tree. We take a few minutes to set up the Wi-Fi. This is Santa. Here working, as you can see right out of the box, the display is quite stunning us right now. Since we have the original iPad and iPad 2 right here with us, we can clearly tell the difference, and the retina display is actually a game-changing factor in the tablet market right now, because the most Android tablets that we find are basically have important displays which are not have not actually caught up to iPad 3's retina display. The display is actually. Let's take a look at what Apple has thrown in the new iPad. This is similar Apple stuff. Here we have a dock which holds browser, mail, photos and music at the present. We have only 2 pages because we haven't downloaded any apps yet, except for speed test to compare it with the other iPads. What we have here are the general Apple suite. We have the calendar, messages, which is an iMessage app. We have a notification bar at the top. We have a photo booth, and we also have Game Center, which came along. We have to download iPhoto and iMovie from the App Store. They are available there for free. Let's quickly jump into the camera. Let's see how well the camera does. This is a low lighting area so that you can see the iPad 2 actually is pretty clear here. Let's try to take a snap of it. Let's quickly go in here. It's a grainy pic, but considering the low light situations, it's a good thing. The bad thing that we've noticed in the new iPad is that it doesn't come with a flash, but that doesn't matter because nobody is going to use their iPads for photography. So it's a pretty basic stuff here, nothing different. We'll just quickly jump into the settings and see what software this iPad is using. As you can see, it is a version 5.1. It's basically iOS 5.1. It shows it has 57 gigabytes of free storage area, because it is a 64 gigabyte version, and the settings are also pretty much same. You need to have unified settings for all their apps. There aren't any apps right now. You can the Twitter is actually integrated in iOS 5. That's what you can see in all iOS 5 devices. So that's the basic package that you get with the iPad 3. Now, so let's quickly jump into benchmark of the new iPad 2 and the iPad original in terms of rendering pages. They're all connected to the similar Wi-Fi network, so please be patient while we quickly set up the devices. Let's quickly run the benchmark test. We load up my personal website here just to test things out. We have the original iPad 1 here, iPad 3 and the iPad 2. We'll just quickly change them. So we have iPad 1, iPad 2 and iPad 3. So we give the iPad 1 a head start. So they are not equal times, but the iPad 3, even though I've put some lag into clicking the go button. Actually quickly render the page first. So iPad 3 is clearly, the power of the A5X chip is clearly visible now. Let us compare the new iPad with the iPad 2. We have the new iPad on the left and the iPad 2 on the right. So we have a very beautiful abstract art here, which uses various colors very liberally. So we are going to see the nature of the display here. So pixelization is very minimal in the new iPad thanks to the Retina display. So we'll have a look at the similar section in the iPad 2. And as you can see, the difference is quite astounding actually, because the iPad 2's display looks very sloppy in front of the iPad 3, because the pixelization was very visible, and artifacting is also clearly. Here we have all the three generation of iPads, the iPad 1, iPad 2 and the new iPad or the iPad 3. So as you can see, iPad 3 and 2 are basically similar in size, whereas iPad 1 is actually a bit hefty. Visible. So as you can see, the cover for the iPad 2 fits the iPad 3 perfectly, but as you saw, it requires some effort. Maybe that's because of the extra width, that extra thickness actually was thrown in the iPad 3. So that's pretty much our show.